Hey everyone, it's Dion here with Racers 360. In this video, we're going to go look at Alessandro's coaching session. He was driving at Buttonwillow Raceway, and he was competing for a championship in the American Muscle Cup. Now, Alessandro's been working with Racers 360 coaches throughout the year. He's come a long way. He's actually competing for the championship this weekend. So congrats to Alessandro for the massive improvement throughout the year, and excited to have him as part of our community. Now, with Alessandro, because he's come so long, and so far, we're working with very small margin changes. And for him, he's got his fundamentals. He's great on the brakes. He's got a really good solid where he picks up the initial throttle application. So with Alessandro, we're looking a little bit on where his eyes were on corner exit and the rate of turn-in to allow him to bring in a little bit more entry speed and work on finding lap time from turn-in to the apex. Now, what we're working on with Alessandro is very personal. We all have different areas that we're looking to improve. We have different cars, we have different tracks. So if you're looking for ways that you can improve, we hope this video helps. We highly recommend coming to racers360.com and uploading your video data from any device, any camera system, and have one of our coaches, which are the best coaches in the world, will give you a personalized coaching lesson on how you can improve. Again, that's at racers360.com. Now, let's go over to Buttonwillow and see what we're working on with Alessandro. Turn one. Turn one brake zone, really solid job. So we're coming in here, waiting for that curve, waiting just about this access road. Front end slams down. Nice job. I do think there's a little bit more available through turn one. So I think that because of two reasons. One, look where we're starting to apex. So we're really starting to apex the start of this apex curve right here. I want to only apex about a car length after that. I'm looking for my apex to come about here. So we have this pretty late aggressive turn-in. I actually think the cone here is a little bit late, if anything. Well, actually, it's a lot. I think the cone's fine, but I think we're turning too aggressively. So I really want you to slow down your hands. Turn one, there's a lot of entry speed we can bring in here. And the fact that you're turning this aggressively shows me, hey, there's a little bit more speed that can be flowed in here when we slow down our hands. So this is a very small nuance, and it's a really tough thing to master, driver, but when you slow your hands down, the weight control is slower and you can actually roll more speed in. The faster you turn in, the slower you have to go, right? Because you're really asking for more out of the car laterally. So let's work on a tiny bit later of an apex. So everything here is small margins. So just about a car length or so later. And the next part, I actually think we did a better job in our previous video. So we know that we want to use all the track on exit. You do that. What's often not talked about is how early do we get outside exit curve and parallel with that exit curve? So if we play it here, I'm going to pause it where you get out and parallel with the exit curve. Only here are we really parallel and using all the track. Notice how we're at the very end of this exit curve. I want to see you get out and parallel with this exit curve much earlier, closer to about the middle of the curve. I think your eyes are slightly low here, on exit especially, because we're not really, I want you getting those eyes up and asking, how early can I start to unwind the steering wheel? Instead, you keep more steering than you need cranked into the car right now. If you could just be a little bit more open, you'd be able to be more aggressive to throttle at a slightly higher speed and get out and parallel with it right now. So you see how you have a little bit of road out there to your right-hand side that we're not using right now. I want to see you get out there earlier. That's going to be allowing you to get closer to the limit of the car, or actually be at the limit of the car, but at a higher speed because you're using more track. So notice how, yes, you use all the road, but we're late to get out there. So that's often an I thing.